Hey, this is Gail Sibley. I am at the IAPS convention in Albuquerque and I'm with Mark Price. Mark, your work is so unusual, and I know a lot of that is to do with the surface. And so I was just wondering how you got into using it, and just tell us a little bit about your process.
Sure. The paper that I use is called the Thai gossamer paper. It's from the mulberry tree, I believe. And I bought a sheet of it when I first started with Pastels, thinking that it'd be a fantastic stencil of little squares because I was experimenting with stencils at the time. And it turned out it was a terrible stencil because it was so flimsy, but I was left with the large sheet of it, and I was just in the very, very early stages of experimenting with this. And so I adhered it to a panel and it started to fill in the little squares and started to blend squares together. And I'm a big admirer of the fauvist movement because of their use of pure color. And I'm also very fond of a very confident brush stroke, or a pastel stroke, if you will. And I found myself using both of those in these pieces because as I fill in a square, there's very little blending. So I'm able to use a very confident brush stroke in this case. And using the pure colors, I find it adds so much more vibrancy. And I want the artist to look at, or the observer of my pieces, to look at my work and be drawn into them. And I believe they are, because from a distance you say, oh, that must be a landscape. But they're inevitably drawn into the piece and drawn closer to it. And then further examination, they go, well, this is maybe more of an abstract. And so I feel that at a very personal level, it brings people into my work, into my world. And that's what I appreciate. And that's sort of it was a happy mistake, I think, as an artist has said before. And I enjoy that. And I've sort of found a lane with this. And it's a very comfortable lane for me. And I enjoy it.
Great. Super. Thanks so much, Mark.
Sure, you bet.